Ladies and gentlemen, presenting members of the Smith School faculty, staff, and our PhD candidates, led by Dean Triantis and Vice Dean Russell. Senior Megan Bonomo.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Please be seated. Presiding over these exercises is Dr. Alexander Triantis, Dean of the Robert H. Smith School of Business.
Good morning, graduates of the class of 2014. Good morning, family and friends of the class of 2014. Good morning to our distinguished guests and to members of the Smith School faculty and administration. I welcome you to the commencement of the Robert H. Smith School of Business so that together we may honor our graduates, women and men who have completed the requirements for the Doctor of Philosophy and Bachelor of Science degrees. From each of us sitting on stage, from every teacher who taught you, and every staff person who made your Smith experience possible, we offer a well-deserved congratulations. Give yourselves a round of applause. You should be proud. You've graduated from one of the preeminent business schools in the world. At the Smith School, the best students, the best faculty, and the most challenging problems of our global interconnected society come together in ways that are transformative and far-reaching. We are a center of collaboration, innovation, and fearless ideas. Every day, Smith ideas and Smith people are moving beyond labs and lecture halls to make a genuine and positive impact on our economy, our society, and our world. Today, you become one of those people. You will go out into the world armed and ready to live lives of meaning and purpose, create value for your organizations, and impress the heck out of everyone you meet. The occasion of your commencement is a time to celebrate journeys, to celebrate beginnings and endings, and all the amazing things that happen in between. Today, we will look back on your journey and look forward to your future. Some members of the platform party will be introduced as the program proceeds, but at this time, I would like to introduce other platform participants. Please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. Anwar Hassan, the chairman of the Maryland Higher Education Commission, whose daughter Faiza is graduating today. Dr. Ken White, Associate Dean of MBA and MS programs. Patricia Carochi, Assistant Dean for Development and Alumni Relations. Professor Rebecca Ratner, Assistant Dean of Academic Affairs for undergraduate programs. Dale Vanderwall, Assistant Dean of Strategic Operations. Brian Minahan, Chair of the Robert H. Smith School of Business Alumni Chapter. Michael Park, President, Association of Doctoral Students. Khalil Petus, President, Smith Undergraduate Student Association. Professor Gilad Khen, Chairperson of Management and Organization. Professor Zilong Chen, Chairperson of Decision Operations and Information Technologies. Professor Martin Dresner, Chairperson of Logistics, Business, and Public Policy. Professor P.K. Kanan, Chairperson of Marketing. Professor Martin Loeb, Chairperson of Accounting and Information Assurance. Professor Sue White, representing Max Maximovich, Chairperson of Finance. This platform, of course, is not large enough to contain all who have played an important role in making this day possible. In this regard, a special debt of gratitude is owed to the outstanding faculty at College Park and the Robert H. Smith School of Business, and to the dedicated staff who have given so much of themselves to the graduates. Also, at this time, we respectfully request that all attendees remain seated throughout the entire ceremony in order to provide full recognition to all of our graduates. So let's begin by hearing from a member of the class of 2014. Dr. Joyce Russell, Vice Dean of the Smith School, will now introduce our student speaker.
I'm now pleased to introduce our undergraduate student speaker, Austin Lee. He's graduating from the Smith School of Business today with a bachelor's degree in finance and management. Austin distinguished himself as a scholar by participating in the QUEST program, a competitive, multidisciplinary program with the Clark School of Engineering and the School of Computer, Mathematical, and Natural Sciences and the Smith School of Business. He has also pursued some interesting work experiences. He has interned for Mindset Works, designing and implementing education technology programs for the nonprofit New Sector Alliance as an AmeriCorps Fellow and for Deloitte Consulting. Despite his challenging schedule, Austin took on a very active leadership role during his time at Smith. Many of us saw him a lot at Smith. He co-founded and was president of the Students' Undergraduate Net Impact Chapter, a nationwide student organization dedicated to creating positive social impact through business. This chapter was so successful, it was recognized as Chapter of the Year just after one semester. Very impressive. He also co-founded Smith Peers, a student-run mentoring cooperative in partnership with the Office of Career Services. His outstanding performance as a scholar, leader, and campus citizen has made him one of the Smith School's most impressive students. After graduating, Austin will be moving to San Francisco to work at the Bridgespan Group, a social sector consulting firm for mission-driven organizations and philanthropists. Please join me in welcoming Austin Lee.
Thank you very much, Vice Dean Russell. If only I had an hour to talk about your accomplishments. Good morning, Smith community. It's such an honor to be here today. I want to start today with a quote. And what better to quote than a movie starring who I think is the best actor on the planet. Care to disagree with me or not. But well, he's the best actor on the planet without an Oscar. If you haven't guessed it already, it's Leonardo DiCaprio. I love Leo to death, I really do, but sometimes I think he did something to piss off someone important at the Academy because he deserves an Oscar by now, but he hasn't been lucky yet. Anyways, in the movie that he stars in, Catch Me If You Can, the father, played by Christopher Walken, shares this story with Leo. He says, 2 little mice fell in a bucket of cream. The first mouse quickly gave up and drowned. The second mouse, he wouldn't quit. He struggled so hard that eventually he churned that cream into butter and crawled out. Now, college had its unique host of challenges for all of us. For example, the grueling 5-minute walk from Commons to Van Munching for class. Going to Chipotle and deciding whether the guacamole is worth the extra $2. So difficult. Or maybe having to wear formal attire under a hot black sticky robe, walking across campus for graduation to the Comcast Center. These are the things that no university or college can ever hope to prepare its students for good reason. But the real challenges and the real obstacles in life, like failing your first internship, for example, these are the things that Smith prepared us for best. What makes being a Smith graduate so special is that after 4 years, we can finally say we are that mouse who wouldn't quit. If we learn anything, it's that success does not wholly depend on the types of skills that can be measured on an IQ test, for example. Rather, things like grit, persistence, self-confidence. These are the most important things for success, especially in the face of failure. And we are privileged to receive at Smith the necessary support and autonomy to naturally learn these traits that fewer and fewer people are learning in this country. The University of Maryland is an incredible hub of entrepreneurship, the definition of transforming failure into success. Our campus is home to the Dingman Center, the Entrepreneurship Innovation Honors Program, Cupid's Cup, Heyman CEOs, and even the newly formed Academy for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, just to name a few. So if I were to describe my colleagues here with just one word, it would be this one: scrappy. Scrappy. We Smith students know what it means to fight for our goals. We never feel entitled to them. Whether we're hitting the books to maintain a respectable GPA, waking up before the sun rises to commute to our classes, starting business ventures with friends, or networking our way through waves and waves of competition to secure that prestigious job, we worked hard for our goals. And though we faced many obstacles along the way, it wasn't these failures that defined us. It was our fearless persistence to dust ourselves off and try again when we do fail. And like many of us, I personally had the opportunity to try again after failing quite hard, actually. Starting freshman year, I dreamed about myself what every person in this room dreams about having during their college experience: a summer internship with a reputable firm. I had to throw my high school awkwardness out the window and begin the gauntlet of networking and interviewing expected of every Smith student. And when the opportunity came for me to participate in an internship my sophomore year, I was excited beyond belief and elated, really, and I went for it. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned during the summer months. I often felt out of place, made plenty of rookie mistakes, and doubted myself the entire time. In short, I crashed and I burned very hard. Looking back at it all, I can say it was one of the lowest points in my life, and I specifically remember having to call my mom for comfort throughout the summer, locking myself up in a room for a week, watching all my favorite shows on Netflix, which I had to do. I was stuck in a rut, and most of all, I was embarrassed, and I didn't want to talk about the experience at first. But what did I do after my less than successful internship experience, you might say? Well, really, I did the only thing I knew how to do. Smith taught us to its best. It was written in our Smith DNA. I took a hard look at my personal brands, gathered myself over a month-long period, and reshaped, reforged with my own hands the path that I was walking, as we have all reshaped our paths these past 4 years. But despite all of our successes, all our great successes, some thanks to do, because we couldn't do this alone. It was impossible to. To my family and loved ones, for raising us from diapers to diplomas, even though I knew you had your own burdens and hardships to deal with. To our beloved faculty and staff, for transforming our oblivious, naive, hungry selves into savvy business professionals who are still naive and still hungry. And to the Smith School for being our home away from home. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We couldn't say it enough. To my friends and fellow graduates, we finally made it. Sometimes I doubted if all of us could. But although I doubted that some of us could, I doubted myself sometimes. We finally made it to a world of personal freedom and government taxes, of open borders and global misunderstandings, with no syllabus or playbook to rely on. So before we leave, I want to share one last lesson I learned from a stanza from my favorite poem, Desiderata. It reads, with all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. So be cheerful and strive to be happy. Strive to be happy. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2014. I'll see you at our next reunion.
Thank you very much, Austin, for everything you've done while you've been here at the Smith School and for those very inspiring words. It now gives me great pleasure to welcome today's commencement speaker, Bruce Richards, who is the CEO of Marathon Asset Management. Bruce's passion, dedication, and accomplishments are inspiring. A graduate from the 1980s, Bruce initially worked at a major Wall Street investment bank, running a trading division responsible for secondary trading, underwriting, and proprietary trading in the fixed income division. Bruce is what many of you hope to become, tremendously successful. Today, Bruce leads Marathon Asset Management, a $12 billion global credit-based hedge fund headquartered in New York, which he founded in 1998. Through it all, Bruce has gained a reputation for highly ethical business conduct. The U.S. Treasury appointed Marathon as one of the managers to manage the taxpayer money in the Public-Private Investment Program, one of its Troubled Asset Relief Programs, TARP, which aimed to restart the credit markets following the 2008 financial crisis. It is a powerful indicator of the trust and high regard in which he and his firm is held. Bruce has been very supportive of the Smith School and the University of Maryland. He was recently named to the University of Maryland System Foundation Board, which means he will advise on investing in the university's endowment. I think we're in pretty good hands. Bruce's wife, brother, and sister are Terps, and 2 years ago, his daughter Chloe graduated from Maryland. Bruce is also known for his efforts in philanthropy. He was this year's Industry Award recipient for the hedge fund's care. I can think of no finer role model for you as you enter the marketplace. Please join me in welcoming Bruce Richards.
Dean Triantis, our esteemed professors, students, graduates, the graduating class of 2014, congratulations. You, my friends, are sitting where I sat 3 decades ago. The question for you is, what will your career path take? Your heart, in just a few minutes, will start to pound as you walk up on stage to receive your diploma. Your diploma, cherish it, respect it, because it will take you places. It'll be with you for the rest of your life. Your mother, your father, you're also attached to them by love. They're here with you today along with your friends. The love and appreciation that I have for my parents, for what they've sacrificed and given me during my life, I can only imagine the feelings you must have right now at this moment. So when you see them, give them a big hug. Believe me, they're immensely proud of everything that you've accomplished, the men and women that you've become. 1.6 million students will graduate this spring, 1.6 million, to enter the workforce. Most, not at Smith, but most in this country will not have jobs at time of graduation. And those that have jobs, some of them will have taken suboptimal jobs. It's only natural to have a little bit of trepidation as you enter this process. So today I'd like to share 2 things with you. Number 1, my story, and number 2, some advice for you that maybe you can take a little bit of that and apply that to your situation as you go through your careers in life. My story. Well, I'm a humbled and very humbled CEO and founding partner and president of Marathon Asset Management. We're a hedge fund manager employing 140 professionals in New York, London, and Singapore. We manage $12 billion in capital. Our focus is the global credit markets. We do everything from corporate restructurings and special situations and invest in structured credit like RMBS and CMBS and CLOs, to investing in the emerging market worlds, both sovereign debt as well as corporate debt. We invest based upon a deep, fundamental, research-based, bottoms-up analysis that we do before we buy assets into our portfolios that we manage on behalf of 300 institutions around the world. At Marathon, I have 8 partners. I have a 14-member executive committee. It's one big team of portfolio managers, analysts, risk managers that I work with. It's one team, no individuals, one team concept. That's Marathon today. That's not where we started, and that's not how I started. When I left Wall Street 15 years ago, I had the experience to run a trading desk, knew how to set up the financial controls, the operations, trade and make money, hire people and manage people. But I didn't have the capital to start my firm. So at the beginning, with the exception of a couple friends, we had no takers, no investors. It was just me and my partner, Lou. Lou, also a Maryland boy. He grew up in Baltimore, Maryland, in a city, and the two of us funded the firm and funded our fund. Just a couple million at the beginning, and today we manage $12 billion. So how did I get to that spot? Let me just walk you through very quickly. My parents, they grew up in Brooklyn. My brother, my sister and I, Brooklyn. My father worked 2 jobs, construction job by day, driving a news truck on the graveyard shift by night, saving his money so one day he could experience his dream to start his own business. When I was 7 years old, we moved from we moved from Brooklyn to Greenbelt, Maryland, right here in PG County. And my father opened up his hardware store, and he worked in there with my mother 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year, no break, no vacations. When I graduated college, I didn't have a dream job. In fact, I didn't have a job. I moved back home to the bedroom I grew up in Greenbelt, Maryland. Went over here to Bentley's, maybe you've been there once or twice. Had a beer to contemplate my future. My mother would always say to me, Bruce, the sky's the limit. And I was brainwashed into thinking that. I knew I was just as capable as the next guy or gal. Just like you know you're just as capable as the next person. All we need is a break, and all I needed was that break. Wall Street is where I wanted to work. I wanted to work in finance. I wanted to work on a trading floor. I purchased a Greyhound ticket, packed my bags, moved to my cousin's floor in New York City, and sent out what seemed like hundreds, maybe up to 1,000 resumes over the course of several months. Few interviews, always told the same thing. You need a little experience. Seemed like a great guy, ambitious, but you need some experience. So, no money left, came back on that Greyhound bus, and I moved back into my bedroom here in Greenbelt, Maryland. 6 months after graduating, it took me 6 months, I found my first job. I had a job working for Uncle Sam, the United States government, at the Commodity Futures Trading Commission as a young analyst. And so I worked all day, and at night I studied finance, and I ran the Black-Scholes model to price out options and to figure out inefficiencies in the marketplace. 1 year later, I sent out 20 resumes. I got 4 job interviews, organized them all in one day, took a day off, and went to New York for those 4 job interviews. 2 job offers this time, because I had that experience, just a little bit of experience. I took the lower paying job to be a derivative analyst on a trading floor at a very large investment bank. So I moved to New York, I rented a studio apartment, just my own. I remember looking up at the ceiling and all the paint chips falling off and looking down at the ground, and the paint chips, along with the cockroaches, scurrying past me. And I clenched my fist in victory, knowing this is where I wanted to be. My walk-up on the top floor of that New York City, almost tenement building, made your Elkton Hall seem like a palace. Believe me. At work, I thrived. For me, it was Philo, first in, last out. I worked all day and into the wee hours of the night and was exhausted, and everyone's got off the trading floor. I started my evening ritual. I'd walk home. On my way home, I'd stop at the gym, get an hour workout in, change, back into my clothes after hitting the showers. Next part of the journey to walk, pick up my takeout dinner, make it home, and study myself to sleep every night. Anything I considered to be a distraction, I discarded. No more college life for me. No more college party life for me. I became a geek, and I loved it. The more I worked, the more I succeeded, and the more I succeeded, the more my bosses and my colleagues took notice. And one day I got really lucky. My boss was out for the day. And here I am, junior guy, 1 year working on the trading desk, and he's out, and there's a big block of bonds come in for the bid, and I have to bid on them. and I buy more than we've bought in months and months in one day. I knew how to trade them, hedge them up, and we had the most profitable day that we had all year that day. Within a few weeks, I was given my own trading ledger. Within 5 years, I became the head of the trading department for the division I worked in. One day, I don't know if anyone knows who Wally Pipp is, so let me tell you who Wally is. One day I wasn't feeling too well. I had a little bit of a fever, head was splitting, and so went into my boss's office at the closing bell, knocked on his door. Here's my boss. He's sitting behind his desk, feet up on his desk, talking on the phone. He waves me in to sit down, so I go and I sit down. He muffles the phone. He says, "Hey, Bruce, what's up?" I say, "Greg," his name's Greg. "Greg, I'm not feeling well. Had a tough day in the markets today, too. Books marked up, leaving for the day." He said, "Fine, see you later, see you tomorrow." As I'm walking out, he says back into the phone, "There goes another Wally Pipp." I look behind me at Greg, and I say, "Talking to me? Who's Wally Pipp?" He waves me back in, tells me to sit down, hangs up the phone, says, "You don't know who Wally Pipp is?" with a chuckle. I said, "No, I don't know who Wally Pipp is." He said, "Wally Pipp was the starting first baseman for the New York Yankees. And one day he wasn't feeling well, and so they started a rookie that they just called up from the minors named Lou Gehrig at that first base position. And Wally never played in another Major League Baseball game the rest of his career. Lou Gehrig goes on to be the Iron Man, never missed a game his Major League career." And so with that story, I kind of nodded my head. I walked out to the trading desk, sucked it up, waited till my boss left, most of the people on the trading desk left. Then I started my journey home. The moral of that story is don't be Wally Pipp. And you get very far working hard, because you're all very, very smart. Hard work is the key. So let me offer you a few points of advice. And if you take one or two items away of this advice I give you, it'll be worthwhile having listened to what I have to say here. Define a job, make it your mission. Don't procrastinate, and don't ever get discouraged. Find your inner strength, and don't listen to the naysayers. It doesn't matter what they think. 2, when you land that job, make your credo all in, all the time. Become the expert at what you do, the expert. And within a short period of time, everyone in your company will notice that you're the expert. And other employers will want to hire you on top of that because you're an expert. So you'll start building macros or programming in Visual Basic or building your financial models, and that's all good. But to advance professionally, you need to begin to develop the skills: critical thinker, making tough decisions, cultivating strong communication skills. Number 3, be mobile. No reason you can't at your age. Be extremely mobile. It's a big world. Do not limit your job search to where you live. There's Silicon Valley, San Francisco, there's New York City. It's a big world out there. Explore it. Find the industry you want to be in. Tech, tremendous industry. Growth industry, fortunes are made. WhatsApp. Finance, it's an awesome place to be. Healthcare, energy, growing segments of the GDP. There are many great places to work in the United States. Some of them are right here in Maryland, in Virginia, in Washington, D.C. But remember this: jobs, opportunities, and business know no borders. 4, be immensely loyal to the firm that you work for. They pay you your paycheck. They deserve your loyalty. But at the end of the day, you may have to move for advancement. I had 4 jobs before I started Marathon. There's nothing wrong, not with making the lateral move, but making the move to advance your careers. But do it at the right time. 5, when starting your own business, be careful. It's the ultimate goal for many, and for many, working at a company, for a very good company, is also a great goal to have. But it takes a long time to really hone your skills, to really develop what you need to develop to be in that position. Do we have a guy named Kevin Plank or a woman with similar attributes sitting right here today with us? You know, Kevin graduated from Maryland, as you know. He sold T-shirts out of the back of his van before founding Under Armour. But there aren't that many Kevin Plancks and Mark Zuckerbergs that are out there. So be careful, because if you start with a startup and it fails, that's not a very good way to start your career. So be cautious. Outliers. You know the book? I brought it with me. Malcolm Gladwell's book about the 10,000-hour rule. I could never have succeeded in running a hedge fund without 15 years of experience working on Wall Street, learning on somebody else's nickel, making mistakes with someone else's dollar. That's how I learned and gained the confidence and the experience to start my fund. I would never have succeeded without that experience. Starting at the bottom. One day you might be flipping burgers. The next day, you might own that McDonald's franchise. Michael Orovitz, I'm not sure if you know who he is. He ran Walt Disney and Creative Artists. Michael started in the mailroom at William Morris. William Morris, as you probably know, is what the movie Entourage is based on. It's the biggest talent agent in the world. Michael started in the mailroom there. By the way, my daughter, Chloe, who graduated here 2 years ago, started in the mailroom. 3 months into being in the mailroom, she's now working in TV with an agent. So you don't want to hear what I have to say, just listen to the lyrics of Drake. Soundman, remember that song? Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team.
So find those lyrics that give you inspiration, listen to them, and go for it. Making mistakes. I got 3 more for you. Learn from them, get over them. Michael Jordan missed more basketball shots than he made, and he's the greatest player in the history of the NBA, despite the fact that he was a Tar Heel. I can't begin to count my mistakes. The important thing is that you learn from them. Be a Terp. Terps have those hard shells. When you make a mistake, just let it roll right off that shell or bounce off that shell. You know, the baseball player that rounds third base after starting at second, hit the outfield, comes plowing in a home plate. It's going to be a bang-bang play. He knows it when he rounds third. He slides in, tagged out. Umpire's above him, dirt all over him. Umpire goes, out. He has to stand up, dust himself off, walk back to the dugout, grab his glove, and go back out and do something great. So it happens all the time in business. When you make mistakes, get over them. Don't hold on to them. Again, Terps have hard shells. Use it as your defense mechanism. Roadblocks is 8. Do you remember the pursuit of happiness? I'm not talking about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Thomas Jefferson's words, they're forever in the Declaration of Independence. I'm talking about the pursuit of happiness. I'm talking about my friend, my dear friend, Chris Gardner. Do you know who Chris is? Chris Gardner, Will Smith played him in the movie The Pursuit of Happiness. Chris grew up in poverty. Chris went away to be in the service, came home, did not have a job, but had a son. And he and his son lived on the streets and had no job. And he tried to get a job month after month, no job. And he lived on the streets. Brilliant man, worked hard, couldn't find a job until one day Bear Stearns hired Chris. And Chris has gone on to be the CEO of his own broker-dealer firm. He's gone on to be a multimillionaire, very successful businessman, and a good friend. So whenever there's a roadblock, don't pay it any attention. Steve Jobs, you remember Steve Jobs? Right? Steve Jobs once said, sometimes life's going to hit you with a brick in the head. Don't ever lose faith. And in 2003, he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. 2 years later, in 2005, he invents this, the iPhone. 7 years later, in 2010, he invents this, the iPad. So when you have a roadblock, get over it. Don't let it set you back. I'll let you in on a little secret here. 7 years ago, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer. That's right, 7 years ago. Didn't let it affect me, took care of business. Today I'm healthy, I'm clean. So, health always comes first. It actually comes in front of work. You got to be healthy to take care of your family, to be productive at work. And one day you'll be lucky like me. I have a beautiful, loving wife and 2 wonderful children who I love dearly. So whenever there's a roadblock, think about it. Put the calculus through your filter. Figure out what it takes to get over it, and you'll get past it. 2 more points. Integrity, number 9, is everything. One thoughtless email, being Lindsay Lohan for one night. The wrong picture on your Facebook page. May not have hurt you to this point, but going forward, believe me, it will have consequences. Think before you post. In business, social media can work for you in a very powerful way, propelling your business. But it's also a two-edged sword. It can take you down, demean you, demoralize you, and undermine you. Be careful. And when I got to Wall Street, I remember, not my boss, but a very senior manager, took me under his wing, took me out one night, would grab a beer late after work, and gave me a little advice. And I'll always remember this advice to today. He said, Bruce, every great trader, every great banker has to have a touch of larceny to succeed. And you'll sub-optimize your position sitting in that desk unless you have that touch of larceny. That sits in my stomach like a pit to today. The advice some people give you. Don't listen to the advice of people that are less than you are, that will take your integrity down a notch. Don't ever listen to that advice. And that's the advice that led to LIBOR scandals and price fixing and tax evasion. Ethical business is the basis for all long-term success of any business person or any business. Don't forget it. Don't take a shortcut ever if it means compromising integrity. Know the rules and stay within the lines. You step over it, and you'll join Bernie Madoff. Orange is not the new black. Tenth and final point, stay humble. Treat others with respect. Do unto others as you would want others to do unto you. When you're successful, give back to community. Help those in need. Always treat others with respect. Show Jay-Z-like restraint, even while under attack. And stand above the noise, because you guys are great. It's the business school, the Smith Business School, graduating class of 2014. Go forth, be proud, good luck, and God bless.
Thank you, Bruce. And now we all know what Scrappy really looks like and how it leads to success. Thank you so much for the inspiring words, and just a token gift here with the Terp.
Thank you, Dave.
Congratulations. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks. That's great. Now I'd like to introduce Mr. Brian Minahan, Chair of the Robert H. Smith School of Business Alumni Chapter, who will welcome the soon-to-be graduates to the alumni community.
Thank you, Dean Triantis. Distinguished members of the Platform Party, faculty, staff, and most importantly, the members of the Smith School class of 2014, it is an honor to be with you here today to celebrate your commencement. On behalf of the Smith Alumni Chapter of the University of Maryland Alumni Association, let me be among the first to congratulate you. I am also charged with welcoming you to the Smith School alumni community. It is a vibrant community. Our Smith School Alumni Chapter Board is committed to forging strong alumni connections, hosting events, and leveraging innovative technologies and social media to facilitate our Smith community. Do me a favor. I want to encourage you to like the alumni Facebook page, join the Smith LinkedIn group, and follow Smith on Twitter. Also, in a couple of weeks, Smith will be launching a mobile app to help you stay connected while you're on the go. All of these connections are efforts for us to keep working together to ensure the Smith School alumni community continues to grow and thrive. I look forward to seeing you and working with you all in the future. Please accept our gift of a complimentary first-year membership to the Alumni Association, and please take advantage of our robust alumni programming. I look forward to seeing you at one of our many events and/or connecting with you virtually. Again, congratulations on your exciting accomplishment. Thank you.
Professor Amna Kirmani, Director of Doctoral Programs, will present the Doctor of Philosophy graduates. Will the Doctor of Philosophy candidates please rise?
Dean Triantis, I am pleased to present the recipients of the Doctor of Philosophy degree.
Dr. Kirmani, I am honored to recognize these graduates who have successfully completed all requirements for the Doctor of Philosophy degree.
Professor Michael Ball, Senior Associate Dean of Faculty and Research, will introduce the graduates.
Lindsay Gallo, Hooder, Dr. Rebecca Hahn. Dissertation title, The More We Know About Fundamentals, the Less We Agree on Price, Evidence from Earnings Announcements. Ju Hun Han, Hooder, Dr. Hui Liao, dissertation title, Admiration and Envy as an Impetus, Joint Effects of Leader-Member Exchange Differentiation and Group Incentive Pay on Group Effective Climates, Coordination, and Performance. Heather McCrae Johnson, Hooder, Dr. Amna Kirmani, dissertation title, The Role of Self-Brand Connection in Brand Priming and Brand Co-Creation Contexts. Kyun Tae Kim, Hooder, Dr. Ilhorn Han, dissertation title, The Transformational Role of IT in Entrepreneurship, Crowdfunding, and the Democratization of Access to Capital and Investment Opportunity. Jung Min Lee, Hooder, Dr. Mark Lowenstein, dissertation title, Essays on Asset Pricing and Financial Stability. Hong Shu An Alice Lee. Hooder, Dr. P.K. Kanan. Dissertation title, Attribute Modeling and Optimal Resource Allocation in an Online Environment. Deborah Woods Searcy. Hooder, Dr. Cynthia K. Stevens. Dissertation title, Professional Referrals, Keeping While Giving, Reciprocation, and the Transfer of Opportunities Among Entrepreneurial Professionals. Unshuman Sinha. Hooder, Dr. Mark Lowenstein. Dissertation title, Strategic Default, Renegotiation, and Recourse in Residual Mortgage Contracts. Adams Brima Stevens. Hooder, Dr. Thomas Corsi. Dissertation title, Supply Chain Structure, Product Recalls, and Firm Performance, Investigating Recall Drivers and Recall Financial Performance Relationships. Yuchi Zhang. Hooder, Dr. David Goddess. Dissertation title, Online Social Influence.
Ladies and gentlemen, a professional photographer will be taking the picture of each graduate as they receive their envelope. In order not to obstruct the view of others, family, friends, and guests are asked not to enter the floor for photographs. Also, we remind all attendees to please remain seated throughout the entire ceremony in order to fully recognize all of today's graduates. Dr. Victor Mullins, Associate Dean of Undergraduate Programs, will present the class of 2014 graduates. Will the class of 2014 please rise?
Dean Triantis, I am pleased to present the class of 2014 graduates.
Dean Mullins, I am honored to recognize these graduates who have successfully completed all requirements for the Bachelor of Science degree.
Will the graduates please be seated? Dr. Jeffrey Kudus, Assistant Dean of Corporate Relations and Managing Director of the Office of Career Services, and Gary Cohen, Assistant Dean of Executive Programs, will introduce the graduates. We will now recognize graduates who are members of the Platform Party.
Megan Bonomo, double degree in Accounting and Supply Chain Management. Austin Lee, double degree in Finance and Management, graduating cum laude.
Will all other graduates please remain seated until directed to the platform to receive our congratulations?
The following students are marketing majors: Amit Luhar, Leandros Hain Kaparkis, Cindy Kwok, Michelle Tran, Irene McNatty, Joseph Luddy, Lily Zhang, Christian Alves, Mav O'Connor, Barbara Abuli, Katie Dodds, Jacqueline Rosenberg, Kate Nider, Rebecca Jaffe, Lauren Maslin, Radhi Malik, Matthew Brodsky, Shayna Reed, Suzanne Joyella, Sari Cohen, Taryan Cruz, Brittany Walker, Andrea Beeler, Caroline Alexander, Sarah Schmidt, Kevin Hollander, Lindsay Juhadi, Stacy Daniels, Kyle Quinn, Laura Middleman, Sarah Cantor, Jarrett Horowitz, Garrett Zink, Dominic Cuomo, Stephen Armbrew, Adam Gelbs, Michael Bierman, Michael Dowling, Donnell Robinson, Anthony Jeffers, Brian Lazaro, Yanev Stern, Melissa Stuppy, Madison Higgins, Callie Caputo, Caitlin Ruggieri, William Koutroulakis, Brian Gailey, Ryan Schuler, Jonathan Motz, Robert Willis, Ala Rasmussen, Jenna Lesnoy, Tenbita Solomon, Oscar Chen, Vivian Lee, Thomas Chu Kim, Sean O'Leary, cum laude, Jane Lee, Justin Louie, Kiterna Allure, Jennifer Peak, Alexander Jordan, Joel Gutman, John McCullough, Erica Karlstrom, Daniel Noskin, Molly Ulsobrook, Caitlin Hillard, John Campbell, Brian Rothman, Jolyn Oscar, Emily Gabaldo, Chelsea Bailey, Taylor Gibbons, Neil Lerner, Marta Giron, Maria George, Hannah Shaw, Olivia Zurich, Brooks Gable.
You're welcome.
Marianne Grant. Melissa Gray. Carl Rempe. Jennifer Miller. Sally Moriarty. Daniel Smith. Zachary Marlin. Jordan Hoshko. Jeremy Horowitz. Delaney Gilman. Christopher Allen. Jenna Frankel. Alyssa Bonventure. Sydney Liss. Haley Raphael, cum laude. Gabriella Lasco. Carrie Salmon. Ivy Stein. Saduddin Khan. Wang Kong Lee. Stephen Everett. Richard Chong. Michael Foster. Kyra Pekaitis. Emily Levy. Connor Stewart. Daniel Gluck. Hope Walbrink. Jessica Bierman. Michael Bright. Sarah Infante. Ellen Yu. Samantha Hills. Danielle Zellen. Jacob Burns. Corey Majorana. Daniel Gold. Brendan Wills. Jeffrey Hornstein. Gregory Epstein. Dana Hansen. Jared Littlejohn. Christina Poza. Joseph Sakla. Seth Nolan. The following students are information systems majors. Tala Ahmed. Stephen Usifu. Marissa Goon, summa cum laude. Carly Himmelman, cum laude. Sarah Abutaleb. Jennifer Klockenbrink. Jesse Buchman. Ariel Bookholder. Anthony Hayunu. Alexander Childs. Sophie Chen. Brett Dara. Jason Summer. Sean Koo. Kingsley Madikebu. Shazad Azad. Aaron Tucker. Jonathan Dubana. Alexander March. Chris Ortez. Brielle Nelson. Andrew Paris. Dalton Wu. Peter Shee. Ethan Diamond, cum laude. Naveed Siddiqui. Akash Singhal. Kevin Tai. Sophie Zhao. Victoria Lee. Leland Tran. Allison Schumacher. Ariel Dosetera, magna cum laude. Wing Chen Wang. The following students are operations management majors. Dylan Chistoff. Christopher Johnson. Brianne Levine. Stephen Pixai. Paul Swift. Cindy Tan. Nima Farshi. Alexander Stone. Richard Coe. Todd Glacier. Elsan Kafipur. Omar Muhammad. Royston Schultz. Yuval Weiss. Joseph Wazen. Avia Fields. Zachary Foyer. The following students are finance majors. Eric Armbruster. Justin Neese. Jason Kotlowitz. Lawrence Bishop. Sean Jang. Max Schifrin. Ramey Simpson. Nicholas Gaber. Michael Myers. Ding Shrin Xiao. Pratik Gandhi. Jennifer Kimbrough. Andrew Apollony. Benjamin McCartney. Kelly Markham. Ryan Kelleher. Stephanie Groff, cum laude. Matthew Bernstein. Zachary Lankowitz. Joel Nimizada. Robert Brulette. Nicholas Dilling. Stephen Laughlin. Ryan Tommins. Matthew Reyes. Vignesh Darmajan. Jonathan Diebert. Major Bottoms. John Tagliente. Nicholas Martinez. Michael Barbulas. Patrick Ahmad. Michael Gold, magna cum laude. Jenna Hogan. Sarah Hodian. Jan Sorovic. Nicholas Springman. Brian Burrows. Michael Shaw. Carly Schwartz. Lauren Kestner, magna cum laude. Camelia Januszewski, summa cum laude. Anjana Saikurin. Christian Ruvel. Jacob Flaming. Erica Kottner. Michael Kaberloff. Matthew Graff. Joshua Williams. Andrew Stein. Jared Rubenstein. Alex Sonate. Stephen Cooper. Christopher Kelly. Adam Freeman. Andrew Lefkowitz. Jonathan Polster. Corey Rubin. Robert Roth. Brittany Lerner. Sergio Torres, cum laude. Justin Collender. Casey Rosen. Evan Greenberg. Alexander Coffin. Marissa Katz, cum laude. Rebecca Sloyer. Shashank Gold, Department Honors. Kyle DePepe. Leslie Galfon, cum laude. Tejas Kulkarni. Leslie Zhang. David Anacole. Luke McNally. Joseph Bonfanti. Ran Zhang. Anderson Sloan. Marissa Linden, magna cum laude. Brittany Flack. Alyssa Bentz. Caitlin Morahan. Adish Parikh. Sahas Narain. Matthew Mulkeen, cum laude. Matthew Kanan, magna cum laude. Ashkil Kakad, cum laude. Vinay Kanthria. Gaurav Gupta. Pratyusha Yingla. John Dinapoli. Saral Ningam. Tanvi Netravali. Pega Korami. Vishwa Metra. Zhang Xin. Ryan Lee Young, Departmental Honors, cum laude. Kristen Bibb. Montes Buva Navish. Joseph Bradshaw. Jeffrey Wang. Nicholas Kennett, summa cum laude. Kevin Langstaff. Tyler Gordon. Mitchell Giller. Daniel Locasio. Samuel Tyrer. Adam Nilsson. Jacob Wilkowski. Zachary Citron, cum laude. Patrick Crosby. Zachary Knutson. Ben Lowery. Christina Gu. Alessa Xiao, summa cum laude. Benita Poon, Departmental Honors, cum laude. Patrick Ho. Stella Wong, cum laude. Eleanor Chang. Anastasia Adams. Gu Chen. Ann Z, Departmental Honors. Greg Ferraro. Rishi Iyengar. Anthony Hinton. Zach Zingraff. Jackson O'Brien. Jonathan Shaham. Michael Sladek. Zachary Ince. Joseph Rockland. Eric Hamill. Molly Berman. Sarah Lang, cum laude. Kathleen Caparoso. Donald McLeod. Brian Cochran. Hukon San, cum laude. Michael Walter. Charles Ferraro. Sherry Fang, cum laude. Melissa Trong. Samantha Louie. Elaine Yigam. Paige Searless. Alexander Glover. Pablo Gautret. Nathan Cooklands. Michael Sarid. Ryan Usito. Ty Smith. Jonathan Kane. Jennifer Snowden. Catherine Bali. Olga Kushner. Devlin Barry Hoke. Cameron Brinks. Andrew Horowitz. Nathan O'Brien. Robert Spielvogel. Graham Davis. Eric Chanklalini. Chase Williams. Stephen Levine. Julia Chi. Michael Kehoe. Andrew Robillard. Stefan Leon. Brett Schweitzer. Jordan Rosenberg. Andrew Nahum, cum laude. Brandon Copps. Michael Sellernick. Corey Eisen. Kenneth Kurtzman. Eric Schwartz. Daniel Bryant, summa cum laude. Ryan Coddington. Shidnuk Xiao. Robert Rosenwasser. Devin Maraj. Eric Gall. Huang Hu. Jai Ryo. Jessica Bramnick. Allison Levine. Allison Rothman. Aisha Parahar. Carmen Coffey. Wen Yan. Benedict Sun. Meng Wang. Yujar Zhang. Xinjiang Zhang. Yan Li. Ready? Jinyu Huang. Ziggy Hu. Masa Mirbad.
Following students are accounting majors. Sarah Blystein, Department Honors. Kendall Sterling, Department Honors cum laude. David Burke, Department Honors. Stefano Iacono, Department Honors cum laude. Jude Hanline, magna cum laude. Hubert Schau, Department Honors, magna cum laude. Annette Scheibler, cum laude. Leslie Cox. Christian McLean, Department Honors, magna cum laude. Samuel Oshrine. Solmontoya Saran. Anupama Badami. Hermila Hailumeskel. Sarah Young, magna cum laude. Cassandra O'Neill. Catherine Mann. Jennifer Leffler. Regina Revenzone. Lauren Beatty. Jeffrey Brumfeld. James Peters, Department Honors cum laude. Ryan Alderson. Richard Atkins. Unai Goodwin. Honorine Bogo. Brian Molnar. Benjamin Richter. Maggie Dang. Nicola Lui. Evelyn Say. Shani Chen. Ruth Woodnett. Rachel Ellis. Shanice Sandiford. Hannah Cohen. Anna Heromian, cum laude. Natalia Schmidt. Kendra Cook. Christy Canas. Tracy Wu. Jasmine Cook. Ruth Sims. Sherti. Suki Guo, cum laude. Aaron Schloss. Henry Minner. Jessica Rothfeld. Benjamin Groger. Alexander Grant. Darren Waldron. Claudia Marcella Garan Andrade. Danielle Beauchamp. Stephanie Murray. Victoria Maniscalco. James Edwards. Lawrence Rosenberg. Danielle Peck. Braden Poor. Taylor Rowland. Elizabeth Menas. Aggie Galeka. Michael DeGregorio Jr. Brian Rivera. Najib Tabwada, cum laude. Dominic Fatigati. Danny Lim. Christopher Stack, Department Honors, magna cum laude. Alexander Patti. Brandon Leff. Kevin Harris. Samuel Chell. Nicole Carbone. Alexandra Gusky. Derek Campanella. Michael Thompson. John Cho. Alexander Chicolo. Nicholas Bianco. Aaron Williams. Matthew Chin, magna cum laude. Kristen Bulu, summa cum laude. Emily Hoover. Nathan Adler. Austin Waldman. Camden Zacher. Ryan Harshman. Deanna Gromowski. Yen Trong. Daisy Liu. Mishan Zhao. Chi Zhen. Mei So. Kevin Andrade. Komi Epi. Abdullahi Mahood. Joseph Yu. Peng Gao. Naamisha Mahash. Joseph Bronstein. Pasha Salimi. Danielle Kirsch. Marina Miniovic. Marissa DeVito. Catherine Pichota. Charlotte Tracy. Hillary Fields. Morgan Franklin. Allison Waynant. Megan O'Donnell. Christopher Waddell. Brian Burke. Philip Kalal. Henry Kuwadi. John McManus. Corey Stabinski. Brian Prince. Ryan Dillon. Daniel Atlas. Lisa Dunn. Nicholas Skandaris. Scott Landsman. Daniel Ornstein. Julie Golden. Jillian Comer. Stephen Lindner. Alex Bernstein. Sandrine Mibonwo. Paria Koshru. Robel Maru. Sunaina Nepal. William Galbraith. Adrenia Smith. Wayan Pham. Camille Vizcaino. Alexandra Rossano. Catherine Lang, magna cum laude. James Reeves. Courtney Stitt. Joshua Taylor. Kathy Kang. Lucas Thompson. Brady Griffin. Brian Girlando. Colin Keenan. Christopher Herod. Jeffrey Belinsky, cum laude. Sergey Kolyabin, cum laude. Jordan Kirschenbaum. Matthew Collar, cum laude. Cynthia Chow. Denzel Blount. Brandon Shapiro. Connie Liu. Sunny Singh. Ali Hafiz. Max Spector. Chelsea Jones. Luciano Dimino, cum laude. Devin Flores. Carmelius Iwagu.
I love you, Jesus!
Dhruv Sharma. Gary Fung. Abdul Sako. June Kim. Jessica Gilbert. Ezra Fishman. Catherine Rutan. James Bowman. Taylor Ferguson. David Weiner. Thomas Sluss. Christian Rose. Dai Kim. Hi. Hanania Falik, magna cum laude. Mark Dueck, cum laude. Benjamin Carlin. Shane Ripas. The following students are supply chain management majors. William Dagenhart. Vincent Churchward. Matthew Sarna. Mark Levengrub. Michael Millman. Leland Nislow, cum laude. Michelle Min. Christopher Watson. Evan Anderson. Caitlin Popecki. Megan Katz, cum laude. Douglas Rock. Mark Donahue. Felix Chu. Megan Wall. Caitlin Deitch. Allison Cho. Brian Young. Matthew Joles. Jeremy Lynn. Good job. Okay. Nathan Huckel. Michael Riesenberg. Joseph Kroll. Congratulations. Anna Strauss. Alexandra Kahn. Michael Brown. Brooke Connolly. Brittany Cohen. Caitlin Ann DeVita. Joseph Goodrich. David Butko. Brian Weinblatt, cum laude. Joel Krinsky. Tara Scott, cum laude. Kara Guattari. Valerie Litt, cum laude. Courtney Tolson. Samantha Mowry. Shannon Haughey. Rachel Brink. David Tesler. Matthew Mislinski. Ben Chalice. Cole Fisher. Duncan Hovermalley. Robert Miner. John Kellerman. William Grant. Justin Bolds. Deepak Muralitharoon. Suzanne Vernon. Congratulations. Stephen Ravitch. Tyler Simcox. Joseph Gold. Robert Buhar. Congrats. Scott Chen. Elena Cho. Faiza Hassan. Fei Yu. Kushan Shah. Congratulations. Darshan Sangani. Abifolua Shitube. How'd I do? Melinda Pandiangon. Alma Rashid. The following students are international business majors. Samantha Wary. Ishmael Sanko. Sorry. Jabril Soare. Ahmed Gafir. Joshua Ensor. Olushon Lajubutu. Aaron Park. Hayun Jun Park. Khalid Basil. Yesenia Maroquin. Brandon Mao. Nikita Savinov. Brianna Ali. Ksenia Mikitianiskaya. Lauren Ehrlich, cum laude. Catherine Guzman. Justin Stricker. Uchenna Oaneli. Did I do okay? Ertan Tungser. Jenna Magnus. Claire Moriarty, cum laude. Charlotta Lingam. Isa Rizkala. Hao Chen. Hanifa Ayunisa. Rita Harris. Asel Villalva. No, I'm good. Manuela Salas. Kevin Connors. Gerardo Portocarrero. Ian Carr. The following students are management majors, which include students in the entrepreneurship track.
Congratulations, Pat.
Tanisha Wells. Catherine Kukalik. Maya Godlock. Evan Lutz. Stephen Amen. Kibwe Hughes. Simon Agata. Austin Carroll. Aaron McKay. Chase Kazmarek. Jeffrey Mullen. Eric Epstein. Matthew Baker. Sakshay Bondare. Angel Rodriguez Gonzalez. Leah Steele. Elias Castillo Espinoza. Beatrice Chavez. Lorraine Santo. Nikhil Balakumar. Pamela Lima. Daniel Myers. Cody Allison. Adriana Arandia. Hi. Melissa McNamara. Amy Hadler. Amanda Falco. John Watson. Enrico Clark. Maurice Clark. Wendell Austin Jr. Ryan Strayline. Daniel Choka. Alexander Mihalopoulos. Jake Rubin. Wyatt Dansbury. Chelsea Donenfeld. Danielle Miller. Jordan Tobias. Lindsay Shapiro. Patrick Delaney. James No. Flint Vaughn. Ann Gladding cum laude. Sarah Ali. Danielle Tadis. Lorena Davila.
At least. Congrats. Once again, let us congratulate today's graduates. Graduates of the Robert H. Smith School of Business, it has been a real pleasure to share this special day with you. My congratulations to each of you on the accomplishments that have led to this day. We also honor the people who supported you, who believed in you, and who, in many cases, paid for you the parents of the class of 2014. It is with great hope and optimism that we at the Smith School send you out into the world. I am certain that you will lead diverse and accomplished lives. I know you're happy to have your classes behind you, but this may be the end of college, but it is not the end of learning. As you continue to learn, I hope you will share your knowledge, your insights, and your experience with us. And I hope that your life will lead you back to this learning community, to mentor students, to serve on a committee, to speak to a club, or to continue your education. Graduation is a significant achievement made possible by your own hard work, but also by the support of your friends and family members. As you graduate, I also offer you the Smith School's encouragement and support. Take advantage of our alumni networking as you pursue your careers. Stay in touch with us, and we will stay in touch with you. The Alumni Relations Office is even now checking your addresses and the spelling of your last names. We hope that you have a long and mutually beneficial relationship with the Smith School. Every member of the Smith community is very proud of your achievements. We wish you well on the journey ahead, and I look forward to hearing many good reports of your successes in the years to come. Thank you very much, and congratulations again.
Will graduates and guests remain seated until the faculty has recessed? After the faculty has recessed, graduates feel free to use any of the stairways from the floor to reunite with your family and friends. Also, there's another commencement right behind us, so please exit the arena immediately following the Smith School ceremony in order to allow these guests to take their seats. Thank you, good luck, thank you.